Hi, this is Shui with a review of the Under Armour Hover Havoc 3. It's already the third model. The first one was mind-blowing because it was mind-blowingly rigid and hard, as if they've never used hover cushioning in the first place. The hover cushioning they use for the running models are amazing. They feel like the perfect, a little bit of a different take of Lunar or Regent. It's soft and it provides a decent level of energy return. For the Havoc 3, Havoc 2 had a little bit of an improvement, but it was still a bit of a lackluster type of cushioning, very minimal. For the 3, it feels like maybe they use a lot, right? But this is not it. The cushioning starts somewhere here. Very, very minimal. It's super thin. But even if they use a minimal amount, it's not as bad as Hover 1. It's comparable to Hover 2, but maybe a little bit better. I mean, minimal amount, but a little bit of an upgrade in terms of cushioning. You do feel there is hover used in this shoe. That's what you can feel. It's really thin, and the heel cup is somewhere inside the midsole, and it ends here. So the heel cup is right over here. So this is really, 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 really soft, as you can tell. So if you are those who feel insecure about having heel slips or lackluster heel clutching, this is not the shoe for you. And while they have this softness here, there's no, I guess, cable or anything, fly wire type of thing to secure you to provide that lockdown. So that's a little bit disappointing. So if you're insecure about lockdown, this is not the shoe for you. The hover cushioning is comparable to Under Armour Curry 6, but Curry 6 had, it was better. It's better than Curry 6 because Curry 6 had, you felt like there's nothing on the heel. This has comparably, relatively more hover cushioning on the heel than the Curry 6, and on the forefoot, the Curry 6 has better softness and cushioning. So this is very minimal, but it does have a somewhat of a level of a heel-to-toe drop, so that is good. Compared to their main flagship model, the mainstream model for Under Armour Curry 7, the heel cushioning is a little bit lackluster. The heel cushioning of Curry 7 is better. The forefoot cushioning, I would say it's a little bit similar, but I'm still gonna have to give it up for Curry 7. So this is a very low profile, minimal cushion shoe. Improvement from the Havoc 1. I don't know if this is a huge upgrade from Havoc 2, and it weighs about 370 grams for a size 9.5, so that's pretty lightweight. It's got this fused material all over the shoe, so it's not exactly the most breathable type. Even the tongue is yeah, it's not exactly airy. There's not a lot of perforation in there. There's minimal padding all around the ankle, so you don't feel any chafing or discomfort when you're wearing the shoe. That's definitely a plus. The fit, though, it's a little bit on the tight, narrow side. The toe box is quite low. I like the low toe box. I don't like having a lot of dead space up there like they did with some Adidas models. But it's a little bit narrow here. I feel like it kind of gnaws or bites into your pinky toe a little bit. But as you can tell, this excessive midsole material works as a huge outrigger. So there's very sturdy anti-ankle rolling mechanism. It provides a strong level of safety in terms of providing your security in terms of moving side to side. So you don't have to worry about ankle injuries. So if you have weak ankles, this is a shoe you might want to consider. If you like playing low to the ground, this is definitely something you should keep in mind. But again, it's a very minimal level of cushioning. So if you get blisters easily, or if you feel that you need some level of impact protection, even though this is hover, it's very minimal, so probably you might want to skip this. The outsole is amazing. The pattern, it's a little bit of a different take. It feels like something I've seen in the Kobe 9s and something you've seen in the Harden 3s, and these are good patterns. The Harden 3s had good pattern, but it kind of gets slippery with time. And what I like about this pattern is that it's like you splash painted a Kobe 9 or a Harden 3 pattern, and you kind of dragged it around like if it was painting, and it actually provides that extra level of grippiness. So this is a nice alteration, a different I guess interpretation of the outsole patterns that we've seen in the past, and it's good. This actually really works well. The Under Armour Spawn Anatomics Spawn Low 2 is what they call it. It had a beautiful design. I love the pattern on the outsole, but unfortunately it did not really work. The simple heel pattern actually worked quite well, but over here maybe it's because of this huge groove, this huge emptiness, vacant lot. It had a little bit of a slipness on the forefoot, but the Hovr Havoc 3 you won't have to worry about that. The micro G used in the Spawn Load 2 felt really good at first, but it felt very minimal the more you wear it. It did not really get better with time. You don't get to break it in. As for the hover cushioning used in the Havoc 3, it feels a little bit more plush than the Micro G, but not very far. It's, again, I would like to explain that this is a very minimal cushioning setup, so if you're not a heavy person, if you don't jump around a lot, if you don't make hard stops that cause blisters, go ahead and get the shoe. But if you do need some level of cushioning, this will be very minimal. I don't know if you're getting the bang for your bucks that way. The outsole pattern is amazing. The outrigger is huge and gets the job done. If you have narrow feet and you like that tight clutching fit, then you like that. Again, if you have sensitivity to heel slip issues or lackluster heel cup, it's a shoe you might want to avoid.